Okay, I'd like to start this video by saying, can we appreciate that I laced myself into this dress by myself? This is not my wedding dress. I cannot put my own wedding dress on by myself, and I didn't want to have to bother Brad, so. This is gonna be, sorry, I can't tell where you can see me. I'm gonna do a video comparing taking photos with 3 different sensor types, or crop sensor types. So, just to see, and wedding dresses are challenging, as is the lighting behind me. So first we've got the Canon R6, and we have my 50mm 1.2 lens on here. And then we have my Olympus EM5 Mark III with a 20mm lens, which is about a 40mm equivalent. I'm trying to get them kind of close, but I don't have all the matching lens lengths. And then finally, we're gonna do my Fujifilm x100f, and this is a fixed 35mm lens. It does have the option to use the digital teleconverter, which I may do one of each. So that digital teleconverter can take you to 50mm and 70. I also have ordered the 50mm converter lens. It hasn't come yet, so when I get that, that will also help. But mostly you're using this as a fixed lens system. So we've got all of these, and we're gonna see how this goes. So we're gonna start with the R6 and the 50. And this will be interesting because I have not used the timers on all of these before. I gotta get all my settings right here. So we're gonna stay at like 1 point. I'm gonna put this at like 1.8, I think. All right, let's put it in here. This is my Manfrotto. I like the trigger type of tripods. I just don't love that this one has the ball thing because, one, it's easy to lose, but also I feel like it makes the camera move if it's too heavy or something. So let's get my big gown out of the way here. Okay. So we're going to shoot in this direction over here where there's a blink wall. All right, this is going to be a challenging lighting environment, as you can see. So, I actually have an interval timer on all these, and oh, of course, battery would be dying right now. That's good to know. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, okay, that was bad. Okay, let's try this again. So, fresh battery. I don't mind having the mirror in there, but I'm gonna move all this stuff. Especially for the lighting. Now let's see. By the time I'm done filming this, I'm going to be sweating so bad. Okay, so is definitely an unusual shooting environment. All right, so what we're gonna do, since I can't be in there to set the timer on myself, we're going to see first, I'm gonna see how the 10-second remote timer works. We'll have to see from there how it does. I don't know if it will refocus on me or not. I would love for it to, but I don't know. Okay, that was kind of just my test shot here. Oh, goodness. Okay, test shot. Not bad. This is much closer than I probably need to be. I probably honestly need the 35 in here. But because this is my really nice lens, I want to use this one. So we're going to do the interval timer. This is all trial and error because I haven't used all this stuff yet on all of my cameras. So we're gonna, and I also don't always know where it all is yet because I haven't used it. There's the interval timer. Okay. How does that work? Interval, we do not need 10 seconds between each. Okay. Like 3 seconds between each should be and 10 shots should be fine. Okay. Now, usually the first shot will be blank. Oh, it's because it's on timer mode. I'm not sure how this will work. Let's see. I don't know. I don't see it. Oh, there it goes again. Okay, so it's going to do timer in between each, which I really didn't need it to do, but we'll go with it. Gives me time to figure it out. Okay. We're just going to keep going. I probably do not need 10 with this giant timer in between. That's why we have the interval timer. This is where you probably generally, it might be done. Okay. See, I don't know how that always works with that. Okay, let's try this one more time. We're gonna go with the out timer again. Enable 10 seconds with 3 seconds in between each. There we go. See how we capture the motion. I think that was it, maybe. Okay, now we're gonna switch cameras. All right. Oh, I didn't think to flip the screen up so I can see where I am. It's definitely taking the photos slower. It might need me to be less in the light. Let's see if we can do like a... For as slow as it was to take them, the photos themselves, I know you guys can't see me every time I talk to you, but slow as it was to take them, the photos themselves are not that bad. I'm gonna do it one more time where I can actually see the screen because that really helps when you have a flip up screen. So that's maybe the disadvantage of the Fujifilm. I don't have a screen that moves. So, there we go, okay. I do not need 19 photos of this. Okay, I can actually see this now. That's really helpful. It sounds like it's moving better too now. I'm pretty good at fluffing my own dress. So when I get to the light is when it seems to have the most trouble focusing. When I'm closer and not in the shadows, it seems to focus much quicker. So it's not hunting as much when I'm there. First, when I scoot in to the light, let's see what it does. It sounded a little, oh, it's definitely out of focus. It lost my focus. I don't hate the photos that came out of it though, to be honest. It's just not as reliable in all situations as the R6 is. But that's to be expected because the R6 is a high-end camera and a full-frame sensor, which does better. This being Micro Four Thirds, it's got a very small sensor. That's gonna be a little better. Oh, it's got a flashlight on. It's so quiet, I can't even hear it. All right, did it even get me? It did, actually. That's a pretty picture. I wish I could use the interval timer, but something was being weird about that. You guys are learning with me how to use the stuff on these cameras, because while I have used timers before, like this not being able to be one that I can flip the screen out and see also is not helpful. One there. I don't know what it's going to do next time. It's like not open right now. This is fun. Oh, guys, this is a mess. I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on with this thing. It's taking a very long time between all the shots. And then it looks like it shuts down. I don't understand. Why would it be shutting down in between shots? That doesn't make sense. I know it's an old camera, but come on. It's just taking a very slow in between. And I have no idea how to know when it's coming. Oh, it's opening again. It's like it's shutting down in between photo or something, which is very odd. Okay. Because usually, yeah, I'm confused. All right, let's look. They're not at focus, which is good, but I've literally got like 3 photos. I'm not really sure if I'm just doing it wrong or what. We're gonna go back to the self timer. Just do that again. It's just that makes it harder to take, I'm gonna move this so maybe you guys can see it a little better. It just makes it harder for me to take photos where I know I'm in focus, because it's not gonna recompose as I move, where an interval timer will. So, yes, I know this would be much easier if I had someone to model for me, but this is how we make our YouTube videos. So. And I know I do the same pose because I know what looks good in this dress, and I know this dress having a big long train looks the best. Ooh, that's a good one, even with the lighting. Oh, I don't know if I could fan that dress out that perfectly again if I tried. I'm gonna do it with a little bit brighter and just see what happens. I'm gonna move it a little this way. Okay. Interval timer again here. Like I said, I wasn't even paying attention when it went off that time. Oops. Okay. It caught my hair mid-flight. That is not what I meant to do, but it did. Okay. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay. I'm hoping you guys can see all this happening. I realize my camera is kind of facing that way, but really hope that that didn't just miss everything I've been doing on this camera. Or my cameras. All right, let's do different poses. I'll try it. It catches the tulle and the like floatiness of the dress so well. Let me see. Okay, I had to check that you guys could actually see me that whole time because that was going to really bother me. I know it's not as easy when the phone is going that way, but you know. Now I'm gonna, so this is so hard to do. So I'm going to put all of this, once I get all the photos out of the cameras and edited, I will, I know this is like right in the way here. Let's turn Okay, so once I get everything edited and everything, then I will try and import those while you're watching it happen on the video. I'm gonna try my best to do that, or at least the best ones that I think turned out. The Fujifilm ones, I probably won't even edit. The other ones, I made a little edit too because they don't have anything on them. This was in classic Chrome simulation. So that's just what we're comparing. So again, it was full frame, Micro Four Thirds, and APS-C. Trying to do a similar, oh, the other thing I was gonna do, I forgot, I told you guys I was gonna do the digital to converter on this. So that's the only other difference. We're gonna do that right now. I also realized this is a little sideways, I'm sorry. Okay, before I turn this off, we're gonna do the digital teleconverter photos because I said I was gonna do that. Assuming I can still use the timer on that. Okay, so I've got it set so that my control ring, there we go. And now we gotta move this over here. All right. Oops. Okay. So now it should be. Yep, okay. Oh yeah, okay. So this is now the 50mm length. We're gonna do a photo or two on this and see how that looks too. I apologize for forgetting that. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. We're doing one more just for consistency. I never know what to do with myself. I also didn't put shoes on, so this dress looks a little different on me without shoes on. My crown was out of the frame. Again, when you can't tell where the frame is, it's a little harder. So I do think the 35mm ones on this one looked a lot better. A lot better. They look really good. So my final thoughts really quickly on these photos and everything. I think the weakest performer was the Olympus. To be fair though, I only just realized afterwards that I had done all the photography in JPEG because I usually don't have my Olympus on RAW, and I think that's actually one of my main issues. I think if I actually shot it in RAW, I would be a lot happier with the photos because you can manipulate a lot more. The JPEGs get really compressed. So I do think that this is a great camera, and I want to try using it more to the fullest of its ability because I think it could be a really great travel camera. I did also recently get the 50 1.8 RF lens, I don't have it yet, to go with my Canon R6 because for travel and stuff this is huge and I don't want anything to happen to it, and the adapter just adds so much. I'm like, for a little everyday shooting, the 1.8 is perfect for this and it'll make it so much smaller and lighter. I do think these photos were great. I do think like in that room, in that space, a 50 was really close, so a 35 might have been a better option. And then I think these photos that came out were just more unique. I don't necessarily think they were the best. I think I do like how it caught the tool though, and the softness of the tool. I really liked that. And this one obviously caught the motion and the detail really well. I think it was more the like contrast and the exposure on the EM5 I didn't like as much, but that's kind of my final thoughts. What do you guys